Going live.
Hi, everybody. I'm Super Julie Braun, and I'm the founder of Super Purposes. And I'm located in Seattle, Washington. My friends call me SJ, so please call me that. And my pronouns are she and her. And we are talking today with college students and recent grads. And I'm here with my friend Robert. Robert, I think you're this way. Maybe you're this way. I never know when I'm on camera which way you are. But Robert, introduce yourself, please.
Sure. I'm Robert Brathe. I'm from Saratoga Springs, New York, a college professor and career coach. And my friends call me Brathe, and we're so glad you joined us today on our episode of Between Two Ferns.
Thank you for noticing, and thank you for the joke. I like the joke here. Yeah, between two ferns. So we're here to teach college students and recent grads really how to stop filling out online applications and still get the job. And everybody, you're probably wondering, well, if I don't fill out an online application, how do I get a job? Well, 96.5% of those of you who are filling out online applications, those applications are going in the garbage. And so we're going to talk about that more. And Robert, what else do we want people? I know we want them to stick around for something.
Oh, yeah, definitely stick around to the end because we're going to move forward and give you all a big bonus at the end. And that is how to gather over 500 LinkedIn connections in just 7 days.
Oh, fantastic. So you might be wondering what makes us career experts. And the thing is that we've been teaching people how to get a job for, over 16 years. We've worked with over 10,000 interns. We've worked with over 500 employers. So we know what employers are looking for. And it's really our purpose to help people find the career that they deserve. So that's what we're all about. We love to teach people through our funny, edutainment process.
And we've developed a career program here, especially for college students and recent grads, because we know the challenges that they have. The way we teach people is in small, bite-sized steps, which are easy to do, and we make it fun by using edutainment.
That's right. So everybody, currently we have 5 programs and 95 more programs on the way on how to get a job in 12 weeks. These programs are for every group of people who may be struggling to get a job. And if you think of a community of people right now, we're creating a program for them.
And right here, we've created that college student and recent grad program. The problem they have in getting a job is they get stuck in this job search vortex. They can't get a job because they don't have enough experience, and they can't get more experience because they can't get a job. We solve that and every other problem that college students have when trying to get a job.
And just to give you an understanding, here are some other folks that we've helped in our programs. We have helped the trans and gender nonconforming group of people. Their problem is safety and overcoming discrimination.
Then we have stay-at-home parents that we've worked with. And their problem is a big resume gap from being at home taking care of the kids or elderly or sick relatives.
We are creating a program for formerly incarcerated individuals. Their problem is finding employers who will give them a second chance to prove that they're going to be good employees. And veterans and transitioning military folks, well, their problem is repackaging themselves and their transferable skills.
And folks over 50. Hey, SJ, look, we've got a program for you.
Thanks, Robert. Yeah, I'm 56, everybody.
I'm almost there.
All right. You're trailing behind me, Robert. Our program for military spouses is really awesome. We know that their problem is high unemployment due to moving a lot. So in their program, we help them find remote work so that their constant moving becomes less of an issue.
And recovering alcoholics and addicts. They have challenges in getting a job. And just coming from a family where we experienced that in our own family, we know the challenges of going back to work after facing your addiction head on.
Yeah, people of every walk of life. We're helping people with physical, learning, and psychiatric disabilities, immigrants, high school students, America's indigenous people, CEOs, unemployed folks, introverts and socially awkward people, foster kids, aging out of the system, single parents. I mean, you name the community, and we will have a program created especially for them. Yes.
And yes, even you. We wanted to share with you, no matter who you are, that you can see who we're helping, and that we have tons of empathy and understanding for anybody in this kind of situation, and really helping you identify what's holding you back from getting the job that you deserve.
In fact, we create a program, and when we do, we donate a minimum of 5% of our sales to the charitable organization that supports that community. But Robert, today we're talking to college students and recent grads. So let's dive into our topic. I think we're done answering this question about what makes us experts.
For sure. And our question we're going to tackle first here is, why should people realize that filling out online applications is just a waste of time for most people? So why is that, SJ?
Well, I have a really good story about MTV where I used to work, and I'm still friends with the HR folks there. And they had one position available. And in 4 days, over 10,000 people applied for that one position.
Wow.
Yeah. And out of the 300, or out of the 10,000 people, only 300 people made it through the applicant tracking system. Everybody write this down. ATS, applicant tracking system. It's a platform that kicks people out when you don't qualify, or you don't identify, you don't put in your keywords. So if you don't have the right keywords in your application, no human being is ever going to see it. And those 10,000 people turned into 300 people. And in 2 words, everyone, it's all about keywords. If you don't use keywords, this is where your application will end up. The garbage.
Yes, and this is where the story really gets interesting. Those 300 people were then whittled down to a pool of about 20, and they had enough keywords in their online application to get through that dreaded ATS. From there, those 20 people were further narrowed down to about 8, and those people got that second interview that they were looking for. And then finally, one person ended up getting that job.
Yeah, there's that one guy in the crowd saying, "Yay, I got the job." And the thing is, out of 10,000 people, there were probably some really quality and qualified folks, but because they didn't know about ATS, applicant tracking systems, and because they didn't use keywords, and maybe they just didn't have the luck that this one guy had, here's how many collective hours were wasted. Now, Robert, are you ready for this? Because this number blows my mind.
I'm excited, scared, crying, everything to see what this number is. Wow, that's unreal. 5,000.
5,000 wasted hours. Yeah. And we did the math several times, and here's our math, everybody, where we figured out how many hours. So 9,999 people took about 30 minutes to fill out the online application. And that equaled out to be about 5,000 hours.
Just think of all these hours that people have wasted, SJ. It's unbelievable, wasting it on online applications.
It is so true. It just makes me want to cry.
Oh, don't cry. I think if more people knew that this happens all the time, that they're really wasting their time filling out online apps that no human being even is going to see, they'd never fill out another online application again. And when we figured out that 4,999 hours were wasted on filling out online applications for just that one job, 2.5 years worth of work was wasted when you look at a 40-hour work week. And that was just one position at one company. How many hours are being wasted collectively by the entire country filling out these online applications? It really blew our minds.
And, the poor people out there waiting by the phone, praying. I mean, look at this guy, Bobby. Bobby held their breath so long about, just waiting, literally died waiting for someone to call from that online application. And people just wait for the phone call that never comes. Mm. So I think we're done answering that question. Robert, what else happens with online job postings? Well, I know that the secret is most jobs are not even posted online. It's highly likely that the postings that you see online are just a fraction of what's actually available. Human resources departments are completely overwhelmed. They don't have the people. They can't keep up. And their strategy is to hold traditionally the best jobs back for internal referrals and promotions. Mm-hmm. So these are a secret. They're not online. No one knows except for the insiders of the company.
That guy was really a brick house there, huh? That was a stunning. And as long as a company has enough postings, so they follow the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission criteria, they're going to be following the law. So it's just something you're going to have to deal with.
Keep in mind that, there's startups, there's small, medium, large, privately held companies, there's state and local and federal governments, there's educational institutions, employment agencies, nonprofit organizations. I mean, it's overwhelming to consider that every job would be posted online. And the reality is that there's an estimated 50 to 80% of all jobs are not even online.
Mm-hmm. And so why are these jobs being held back? Well, mainly for the two reasons that SJ already mentioned. Write this down, students. Number one reason, internal promotions. You already work there, they're going to promote you from within. The best jobs are given usually to people who deserve that promotion within the company.
And reason number two is referrals. If you're Oprah and you can refer a candidate for an open position, say the presidency, how much value do you bring to the company or country? And how much credibility does that candidate bring by being referred by you? Tons. So I think we're done answering that question. Robert, let's get back. I want to come back and see you for a second or a minute or two. Oh, look at that. You're super fast to coming back.
Well, hello.
Yeah.
And I'm sure at this point, we've been chattering enough that everybody's dying to know by now, if they don't use these or fill out these online applications, how on earth are they supposed to get the job?
Yeah, well, the way to land the job of your dreams at the company that you want to be at is to develop relationships. Mm-hmm. And I know that this is counterintuitive, but it actually works.
Now, where do these college students get their start with this, SJ?
So, first of all, you've got to be thinking, well, where do I want to work? So that's the question, because I think most people go to what job is open. And instead think about, where do I want to work? What and that will kind of change what most people go after, because people have limited vision a lot of times. And they're just thinking, well, Motel 6 has a job opening, so I'm going to go there and apply, instead of thinking very big. And we've got a good hotel hospitality example coming up here shortly.
Oh, I get it. Sure. And I think lots of people I've worked with have had that limited vision of just looking at an opening and sticking with that. What do you recommend to those people?
Well, what I recommend is to dream. It's the dreaming that we kind of lost as children. And we want people to do research and to really figure out, if you work for the travel industry, what kind of company do you want to work for? Do you want to work for the Nairobi Manor? I think actually, if I go back to our presentation, let me just try this for a second, Robert. I'm going to go back. And yeah, so if you think about it, instead of working for the Motel 6, why wouldn't you want to work for the Giraffe Manor in Nairobi?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, isn't that spectacular?
That is cool. And
I know it is. You get to eat with the giraffes. That's a big dream.
For sure. That's fun.
Yeah, and I think that makes people really excited about their career. And, that's where you need to start. Where do I want to work?
Yeah, it's a cool environment. And there's plenty of those out there. Most people really never start thinking about where do I truly want to work? And instead they think, what job opening is there online? And it's just a flawed methodology. It
sure is. In essence, if you were like our friend Rachel, she told us from day one, I want to work for Expedia. And in a matter of 6 weeks, she had the job that she had always dreamed about. And more recently, she has been working for Zillow. So she moved over to Zillow. She took what she learned from us, and now she's really guiding her own career path. There's no stopping Rachel from wherever she wants to go, doing whatever she wants to do. It's really amazing.
For sure. And how did this happen? Rachel learned the inside secrets because we taught them to her. So once you learn what we have to teach here, it's going to continue to help you long beyond the time here and for the rest of your career.
That's right. And now in our program, we teach you what to do and when to do it. And we're giving away some of our insider secrets today. I'd like everyone to stick around to find out how to get those 500 LinkedIn connections, though, in 7 days. But this is the first step in building relationships and making friends.
And the key thing to remember here is we are not sponsored by LinkedIn. We just love using it. It's a great way to develop relationships where you want to get work. And we're not winning any awards talking about it, but we probably should. Both SJ and I have, I think, 17,000 connections apiece. We just truly believe in this platform, use it all the time, just like the over 260 million people are using this site. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and speaking of which, please connect with us on LinkedIn. So I'm Super Julie Braun. If you just go and look for Super Julie Braun, you're going to find me, connect with me, and I'll accept your connection. And here's Robert.
And likewise, connect with me. I'm Robert Brathe, and we're happy to connect with you and help you get started in making the kind of connections you want to make to work where you dream about. Just ask us. And then if you do that, you'll be well on your way. Here's a great graph or a chart showing what can happen. With the 17,000 connections each of us have, you're going to add another layer of connections that you could have access to, which is a friend of a friend. And then from there, that means you're just one step away from making those people your first level connections.
I love, Robert, that we have this little graph because I don't think most people understand the connections. Mm-hmm. And like you had said, you have 17,000 first connections. I have 17,000 first connections. If every person who comes to this webinar just connects with the two of us, they're going to have 34,000 second connections, which means they're just one step away from all of those people being their first connection. It's super powerful. So what we're suggesting to everybody, because again, you might be saying, well, how do I get a job if I'm not filling out online applications? We want you to really shift your mindset from filling out online applications, which is a completely different approach to building connections and working for the company that you want to work for. connecting with people on LinkedIn at those companies, and then turn those connections into meetings, which then turn into interviews, which then turn into job offers. It's all connected. So I think we're done answering that question about LinkedIn. Robert, let's do a quick countdown on what everyone has learned so far. So first of all, you've learned why to never fill out another online application and why it's a waste of time. You've learned how ATS, keywords, and luck affect getting you an interview. You've learned what happens with online applications when you don't tick the boxes, how most jobs aren't even online, the counterintuitive way to get a job where you want to work, and the first steps to building relationships using LinkedIn. Stick around, everybody, because we are going to teach you how to get 500 LinkedIn connections, professional connections, in just 7 days.
And now we're going to shift into more on the stop filling out online apps and still getting the job. You might be wondering how to go from all these things we've just taught you to actually getting that job. Don't worry, because we're going to tell you about our college students and recent grads how to get a job in 12 weeks program. Just a moment down below, you'll see a green. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Thanks, Robert.
Yep, down below, you're going to see a green button pop up, and this is our Smarty Pants special. And there it is. Join now. Before you click on it, listen to what I have to say. This program is not really for everybody. We really intend this for people who want to work smart, dedicate the time needed for this commitment, and not make excuses in terms of going after the career that they've dreamed about.
And speaking of which, here we are about somebody amazing, Linnell. She worked with us. She worked smart. She dedicated time, and she didn't make any excuses. We had Linnell go through our program in getting a job in 12 weeks, and she went from being an intern on our team to the vice president of a major global organization. And you can see that she went from being an intern to being a human resources manager, to being the director of human resources, to being a VP in less than 5 years. I mean, it's astonishing what she learned from us. And she continues to come back to us and talk with us and work with us. And now she's making the big bucks, everybody, because she's followed what we told her to do. And I'm just really curious. I mean, why are you here today? Do you want to get a job? Are you thinking about getting a job at a place that you love, doing the work that you're proud of, making the kind of money that you deserve? Do you want a job where you're excited to get out of bed every morning and you want to get to work? What about working for a company that really cares about you? What about paying off those college loans? I mean, everyone wants to do that.
Oh, yeah. And here it is, everybody. This is what it looks like. To have success, we need you to commit an average of 5 hours a week to achieve the results you want, and you'll have a job in 12 weeks or sooner.
Yep, and this is our program. And Robert, what do college students and recent grads get from our program?
That's a funny announcer's voice, SJ. Here's what you're going to get. Our 12-week program. How to create a LinkedIn profile to have recruiters knocking down your door.
And you're going to learn how to determine your values. So when you choose your top 3 companies, you're meeting employees there who want to become your friends and referrals for the jobs that you want. You want to work for Apple? As you wish. You want to work for a company that values you? As you wish. You want to work virtually? As you wish.
Indeed. And some of the tips you'll get along the way, you're going to learn how to negotiate for more money, benefits, and whatever else it is that you want. Every week, you'll receive small bite-sized video episodes, along with written materials, which are our easy-to-follow, how-to, step-by-step instructions.
We give you the insider secrets about the kinds of negotiators you'll meet and how to get the most you can get with each one of them will also provide tons of additional bonuses and resources.
And here's more. You'll get access to our private LinkedIn membership community. As you see here, we've already got hundreds of members. This is where you'll be able to network with other people who have taken our program to get that job in 12 weeks or less. You'll also get templates, additional resources, and a network of hundreds of people who want to help you to become the career superhero we know that's inside of you.
I mean, how exciting is that? In 12 weeks, you can be working at the company doing the work that you love. It can happen. So you're probably wondering, well, what is this worth? The total value of this program is worth whatever the salary is that you secure. So if you secured and landed a $50,000 a year job, then the program is worth that. If you get a job for $75,000 or $100,000, then the program is worth that.
And we're going to give you a special offer for 1 hour. Remember that green button we told you about earlier? Join now and save with our Smarty Pants special to get our program for just $37 a month. If you let the clock run out, our program then goes up to $47 a month.
Yeah, so then you're not so smart anymore because you're going to pay $10 more a month. But after this webinar is over, everyone, click the button for the details. If you can't wait another minute, well, then click on it now. Just remember, everyone watching this webinar can get our program for $37 a month. And on minute 61, when you click that button, our program goes up to $47 a month.
Boy, I can just imagine people scrambling around now saying, where's my mom's credit card? Or where's my ex-husband's credit card?
Or there's some parents saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to sign up my 37-year-old who lives in the basement playing video games all day. Yeah.
And you know what? I think we should offer them one more bonus for anybody who becomes a member in this next hour for our college student and recent grad Smarty Pants special. SJ, in the first 6 weeks of this program, I think we should do a special Q&A session, and this is a bonus that's worth $1,600.
I love that idea, and I'm going to add another bonus, Robert, because I never like to be outdone by you. So we're going to do another Q&A session that's really going to be the last 6 weeks of the program, and we're going to cover negotiating, which seems to be something that people need a lot of help with. We'll answer everyone's question on that, and this bonus is worth well over $2,400. So the total of our package, everybody, you can see the value is worth almost $7,000. But again, if you made a $50,000 job and you got it through our program, then the program is worth that.
Fantastic. I love it. You know what? Anybody who signs up right after this webinar, you have 1 hour. Let's see you do it.
Great. Okay, Robert, let's get back on camera so we can answer any questions that people may have. Every time we do a webinar, we seem to get a lot of the same questions. So we've taken those questions and Robert has them in front of him. So Robert, what are some of the questions our target audience has asked us so far?
If your program is so awesome, then why only charge $37 a month?
I love this question. So we're relatively new to doing this, to providing these programs, and we want to get as many people as possible into our program, get them started, because, you know, probably in a year, we're going to be raising our prices. So we wanted to offer it particularly to college students who we know and recent grads who we know can be struggling getting the job that they actually want. So it's a great offer, I think. What's the next question?
Can I cancel at any time?
Yes. That one's always easy.
Good.
You know, can I back up for a second, Robert?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about this. The people who ask the question, can I cancel, before they've even started, what does that remind you of?
Reminds me of one of Zach Galifianakis' guests on Between Two Ferns, somebody who's, like Chicken Little or, Willy Wonder.
It reminds me of the person who says at the beginning of the year, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to lose 30 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the first day they walk into the gym, they've already decided that they're not going to do half of the exercises and that they're actually going to go eat a burrito as soon as they step back outside. It kind of reminds me of that person.
Yeah.
Come in with a commitment, everybody, because you deserve to have the career that you want. So, but yes, you can cancel at any time.
Good. How about this one? Why will it take me 12 weeks to get a job?
Ooh, I like this question. So for some people, they just need a tiny little tweak. We had one woman in our program from the military spouse program. She had not gotten a job in 5 years. On day 22 in our program, she got her first job offer.
Wow.
On day 28, she got her second job offer. We taught her how to negotiate these two job offers against each other. She made more money than she'd ever made before. So for some people, they're going to go get the job super fast. Other people don't even know where to start. That's why we put the 12 weeks together for those folks who maybe have little to no experience in getting the job that they want. Yeah.
We had a few people write in about not being able to write well. Can they get a little extra help writing their LinkedIn profile?
I think that's a great question. Robert, you are a fantastic writer and you're part of this community. And everybody else, you could hire Robert, you could hire me, but there are over 100 people in our community who want to help you write. And so if you need to get input and say, hey, everyone, what's my headline look like? What do you think? 100 people are going to chime in. Maybe not all 100, but we have 100 people there. They're going to say, here's what I would do differently. Here's what I would tweak. And the community is filled with fantastic folks on our team who really know how to write. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the one thing that you've been waiting for, everybody, it's kind of like we need the drum roll, right? I wish we had that sound effect right now. Okay, Robert, I'm going to get to it. It's going to be how to get 500 LinkedIn professional connections in the next 7 days. Robert, let me get back to our screen share here. And this way we can show everybody exactly how it's done. Okay, Robert, it's all up to you.
So yeah, step one, just go to the site. Hopefully you've been using it regularly. And then step two, click on the My Network tab. You can see that at the top of the screen with a little red number next to it and a circle around it. And then step three, we want you to start making connections. And as you can see here, we got Daniel and Michelle and Edwin and a whole bunch of other people. And just keep hitting connect, and just keep going. You'll notice the top row there is pending, and that's because we clicked on them to connect. It's that simple. Now, if you want to know why you must do this and how it works in your favor to get a job fast, join our membership program in the next half hour or the next hour for $37 a month, and we'll teach you everything you need to know.
That's it. To the rescue. So please, students and grads, click on the button below, that green button. I don't know where it is, but it's, down below. And get your Smarty Pants special. You have 1 hour.
That's right.
I want to see you again. All right.
Hello.
Well, Robert, any last words for our college students and recent grads? Because they might be thinking, okay, there's the button. Join now, save with our Smarty Pants special. I like that we did the $ for the save Smarty special.
Impressive.
Yeah. But any last thoughts, Robert?
It's time to get that job you desire and deserve. So let's help you get there.
Yeah, don't spend a decade after getting out of college kind of bumping around in your career. Lots of people do that. In 12 weeks, you can have the job working for the company, doing the work that you went to school for, what your heart's desire is. All right, everybody. I want to thank you, Robert. You have been amazing. It was great creating the program with you. We have a lot of fun in the program, everybody. So you'll have a lot of fun and you will be edutained. And Bloomy, our producer, thank you so much, Bloomy. We appreciate you. Robert, any last words?
We'll see you soon. We're excited,
Okay.
scared, crying, everything. All the emotions.
All right, everybody. Have a super day. Bye.